Welcome to KHM Today, your weekly resource for industry news and straight up fun. I am your host, Carolyn Orp, live from Walt Disney World, specifically Hollywood Studios. You guys, we made it happen. I'm like beyond thrilled. I'm vibrating. So we are here. So you're going to see me shift around so we make sure we don't get any cast members in or guests that are here today. But behind me, you will see some of our fantastic agents that have been with us all week, and we are just enjoying the parks and the hotels and everything that this destination has to offer. So we've got a great show for you today, but before we start, I need to remind you of a few things. This is like the agenda for the day, but I'm going to forget if I don't tell you. Number one, we start our new platform next week for the show. So you are going to find us on the KHM Travel Group YouTube channel. You're just going to go there, subscribe, and you're going to automatically be able to find us there and get a reminder of the show every week. No more registering. That's where you go. And the second thing is we are enhancing the KHM Today website. So keep taking a look at that, because you're going to start to see feedback forums, way to win prizes, things like that, so we can communicate more on what shows and what segments you want to see. So start visiting that page more often. It's an easy place to find past episodes as well and upcoming guests. So let's get started with today. Bill, you guys were supposed to be here, but he's on an airplane heading back to Ohio from Cruise 360. But we have some fantastic agents with us today who are going to share with you some of the things that they've experienced in the last, I think, 48 hours, starting with some of the hotels that we have had an opportunity to visit yesterday. So Karen is here, Karen Fire, one of our fantastic KHM agents. And say hi, Karen. Hi. And actually, we are going to take us off there so that you're nice and big. Karen, we had an opportunity to take a look at some of the resort properties yesterday, and there have been a lot of fantastic enhancements. What is something that you saw yesterday that you hadn't experienced before?
Well, all the resorts are beautiful, and so many have been enhanced and updated that they're amazing. But the one that caught my eye the most was Coronado Springs, the new Grand Destino Tower. I'm familiar with Coronado. I have stayed there before. And in my mind, I thought the new tower was across there's a big pond in the middle, lake, and I thought it was on the other side, completely from the other. When we went in, the lobby of the Grand Destino is the new check-in area for all of Coronado, and it's absolutely stunning. And it is actually connected to the old Coronado. I thought that you would have to go outside and across the lake by the pathways to get to the old Coronado, but that's not the case. It's connected by a great hallway. It's very close and it's very convenient. And I absolutely will look into sending more people to Grand Destino. It was beautiful. And for a moderate hotel, it was beautiful.
It was stunning. That new lobby with the Barcelona influences and the Salvador Dali, I believe we heard.
Yes,
that it was
not Dali, Dali.
Was really incredible. Speaking of Incredibles, because we are in like the Pixar place alleyway with the Incredibles, the incredible rooms at the Contemporary.
They're so cute.
The attention to detail with the costumes in the closet and the things in the
nightstand drawer you open, and it has their supplies imprinted in it.
And every property we visited was so cool with the raised up beds, right? Just like on the cruise line, makes total sense. You can slip your luggage underneath. That for some of the hotels, the pull-out sofa, everything was just meticulously done. It's all that beautiful white bedding, hardwood floors.
Looks clean and sleek.
Everything is clean and
feel
sleek.
Very good in it.
Yes.
The other thing to note with that too that I didn't realize was how many of the bathrooms that when they have been renovated have the beautiful new big showers like we all like, but they've taken out bathtubs in many of them. So if there's a family that really needs a bathtub, that is definitely a request to put in. I wouldn't have thought of that. I didn't realize they had taken out bathtubs in so many to make sure that they have that. But the showers are just wonderful.
Yep.
It's all beautiful.
And one other thing that I noticed that has been just such a joy was I am typically here in the colder months, so no one's usually in the pools. And yesterday when we were touring, these pools were filled with people having the best time ever. And it was so fun seeing the entertainment staff playing games with the kids. it was like joy to the nth degree.
And the kids were enjoying a break from the heat in the pool with their family, and it was wonderful.
Yes, it was really fun to see. So thanks, Karen, so much for joining. Let's see, Kelly, come on up. So say hi. Hi, this is Kelly, a fabulous agent that we have here at KHM. And Kelly, you have been experiencing Genie Plus today, and the app. What have you learned that has enhanced your experience today?
I think a lot of it was reiterating some of the things that I did know, but just experiencing it for myself, such as making sure that you go on right at 7 o'clock and get your first lightning lane. If you want that individual lightning lane, do it right at 7 o'clock. It's really important to make sure that you have your clients do that so they can get their first ride. And then after that, you can get them either once you use your first one, if it's within 2 hours of park opening, or if it's after 2 hours of park opening, you can start getting another one and getting them either close together or throughout your day, which has just made the experience of all of the parks amazing. But we were able to do that really with Magic Kingdom a lot, with a lot of the rides, and get them all close together and be able to go from ride to ride, which was really perfect.
I think I found as soon as I started looking at the app more, I wasn't as intimidated by it. It's user friendly. I figured out what I needed to do, how I needed to do it, but hands down, favorite thing ever, mobile ordering. This is just the most amazing thing to me, and I know I'm going to call Camille up here in a minute. With food allergies, it has hands down makes that experience so much easier. So
one other thing for Genie Plus was to make sure that you refresh it. So if for some reason there's a ride that either isn't at the right time or is no longer on it, people are dropping these all the time. So if you refresh it, things are popping up. We were able to get some great rides the other day at Magic Kingdom by doing that almost right away, just because of probably most likely either them opening more or someone dropping them.
Yep. And I do want to point out that especially here at Hollywood Studios today, what I've loved is I really felt like I would see a lot of people looking down at their phones, and I'm not experiencing that. I'm seeing a lot of people with their heads up, enjoying different experiences. I'm not seeing frustration, which is so key. We've got a beverage cart driving by right now. The joys of mobile. Of the show being on the road, but it really, the big point is just to encourage your clients to play with the app more than 24 hours before they depart, and really kind of get into all of its capabilities, because there are a lot of them, many of them which are just really enhance the experience.
And putting everything in My Day, right?
Yes.
You can see all that stuff come up.
Yep. So thank you, Kelly. Camille, I want to grab you because you are a big one with mobile ordering.
Yeah.
What did it do to enhance your experience today?
Well, I have to eat gluten-free, and I usually have to just hop around and look at everything, and sometimes it's a hit, sometimes it's a miss. And what I love about the mobile ordering is I can just stand in line for a ride, and I can click a time and choose a restaurant near me, and then it gives me the menu and it gives me the allergen options. And so I'll know right away whether or not there's something there I can eat, and if there's something I love, I can place the order and it's ready to go, and I don't have to sit around and wait and lose time on rides.
That ready to go piece is so key.
Yeah,
so
it's great.
One tip that we'll give everyone here today is that you really need to be thinking about lunch around 9:30. It sounds crazy, but it does help you plan out your day, because if you wait much longer than that, you're going to see a lot of those popular times for food pickup will be closed. So, encourage your clients to be placing orders at 9:30, 10 o'clock, and that way they get exactly what they want, and then it adds structure to the day.
Yeah.
And it doesn't mean that the food's going to sit there cold. When you arrive, you're pushing that button that says prepare my order. So it's hands down my favorite thing that I've seen. So
definitely a good enhancement.
thank you so much. And I'm going to bring Gina up here because Gina has been doing some serious shopping.
I cannot leave the magic without bringing some back to my family.
It is the 50th anniversary celebration. What have you purchased that commemorates this time?
So I always have to get a ornament, Christmas ornament. So I get one anytime
Every single time.
every single time. And we collect ornaments from all of our travels, but especially Disney. So I have a whole Christmas tree at home, a Disney Christmas tree.
Wow. Okay, that's impressive.
It's everything that I buy when I'm okay, you can't go home without a Mickey Rice Christmas.
I wish you could take home and eat the Mickey bars, but you can buy them in the grocery store.
You can't.
Yeah.
And kitchenware, I need my coffee scoop and new kitchen towels.
I love it.
So I
Very
can
happy.
get lost and
Very happy. And then you've got a few bags too that are
I
commemorative.
do. This actually, yeah, commemorative bag. I had two. I bought the big one, which you saw me dragging in, and then I have this little tote, which is going to be a gift for someone.
Well, and I love the colors. The colors, the blue and a
The
little
blue,
bit of
yes.
sparkle. It's really happy and celebrates such a special time.
And the bags you can ask for at the registers. They have them behind the registers. So
There's a tip.
and you can not use the plastic bag then. Just tell them to put all of your merchandise in the.
Yep. Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, now I'm going to bring Joy on here. She's been holding my umbrella from the sun. So we're going to pass that off to Eva because Joy had the experience of riding Rise of Resistance and Smuggler's Run for the first time here at Hollywood Studios. Now, Joy, what was your impression? And you may not say what a bad driver I am when it comes to Smuggler's Run because I'm quite bad and I own
It
that.
was a lot of fun.
Very memorable. Very memorable. A little jarring. What was that like for you on those rides? Because you're a huge fan.
I am Star Wars shirt. I've been a Star Wars fan since I was a kid, and just having that place where everything is so immersive, where you literally feel like you're walking into the movies, is just jaw dropping. I mean, there's no other word for it. And with Disney's technology and all the Imagineering and how they bring it to life is just amazing. I mean, you are literally in the movie.
Yeah. We were on with a family with 3 boys, and they were just like so overwhelmed by this in their faces when the doors opened and the stormtroopers were there. They were like, what is going on here? I mean, that to me is the most like crazy part of the whole experience when you walk out and there's all of them. But to hear it, to be the adult in the group and not have my own kids here, and then to have these little ones so enamored and
their
oh
eyes
my gosh,
is just
they didn't even have to be my kids.
No.
I always like wanted to talk to every kid and ask them, are you loving it? You know, what do you think? Was it everything you expected? And you know, we laughed afterwards because one kid was like, let's do it again. And you could see Dad like, I'm not standing in line again. Like, there's no way. It was great, but we're not doing that. So, but I'm glad that I was able to experience that with you because it is joy. It's joy. So, all right. Thank you guys so much. Agents, thank you so much for being here. You're the captive audience. Stay if you want. Otherwise, bless and release. We're so happy that you were able to join us. We have a very special guest. She has been our host this week at Walt Disney World, and she is a good friend of the show. Please welcome our business development manager for KHM Travel Group, Eva Garfield. It's so funny. It's opposite.
Hi, everyone.
Yay. So thank
Look
you
what we're
so much.
meeting.
I know it's crazy. You know, I'm like living the dream right now because this is just nuts. We've had an incredible time. It's the 50th anniversary, and we were able to see the new show at Epcot, Harmonious, Monday night. It was like a blur. This is a crazy show because it's so different from Illuminations. It evokes so many emotions. Can you share with everyone kind of what it is and what it celebrates?
Well, certainly it is one of our new nighttime spectaculars that was part of our 50th anniversary celebration, and all of you advisors with KHM, we all do hope that you have an opportunity to come and visit, but really celebrates the cultures around the world, how music impacts us. What's so beautiful about this show is all of the different music, Disney music, but sung in many different languages that really connects us all. So wherever you are from around the world, it's just a wonderful, wonderful experience. We do encourage you all, if you have an opportunity, to visit and enjoy the show. And of course, we know that your clients will as well.
Well, and it's not only the culture and the languages of Epcot, but it also brings in those elements of World of Color, which I fell in love with at California Adventure. It just was so incredible. So it's that technology piece, it's the fireworks like you wouldn't believe, but it just wraps everything, every part of what Epcot stands for into just a beautiful 18-minute show. I think it's even longer than what Illuminations was. So that was fantastic. Then we were able to see some beautiful properties, which to me is almost a celebration again, right? Because it's this rejuvenation of everything we love. And we were able to see the Moana suites or Moana rooms at Polynesian, which I'm loving the idea of infusing characters into some of these deluxe hotels. I think it gives everyone a reason to stay there if they didn't have a reason before.
Absolutely. And the good news is all of our resorts are open. We have Disney's All-Star movies is going to open at the end of the month. So all 31 hotels, including the new Star Wars Galactic Star Cruiser, which also opened on March 1st. But it is so nice to see the various properties. We weren't able to see all, but just the fact that there's no detail that's left unkept in terms of the Imagineering of each and all of our resorts, which is why it's so important to qualify your clients, find out what their interests are, what their favorite characters are, what are their favorite stories. While we have some resorts, of course, that are themed more towards our films, there's others that put us in the place and time of different areas around the world. You mentioned Gran Destino Tower and talking about the influences of Spain and the rest of the campus of Disney's Coronado Springs that celebrates the Great Southwest and other parts of Mexico, for example. Or if you're at Disney's Yacht and Beach Club, that theming that you have in the Atlantic coastline. Many of you on the call that are from that area, certainly from Cape May down to when you think about even Coney Island in Brooklyn with in New York City. It's just that all of the resorts offer so many wonderful amenities, and they are all open. And we always suggest to have your clients, if they can spare an extra day, to really take some time out and enjoy the resort, their resort, the wonderful dining, of course, all the recreation as well.
Well, and I think what I've loved seeing is that people are back, right? They're traveling, they're enjoying their time. So many families here this week just having a blast and enjoying time together and experiencing all these wonderful characters. We were in a session the other day talking about those really important discovery qualifying questions. And at lunch, a few of us were discussing how important that is so that you can adequately determine what is not only the best resort for your client, but what are their interests as far as the parks go, and helping them create that tip board for Genie, and so that their visit is the best it can possibly be. So how princess centric are they? Is it Star Wars and that's it? Are Anna and Elsa most important? How do we weave them into the picture? So how important is dining? So those discovery questions and trying to figure out how to best fit your client and place them in a vacation that's exactly what they were hoping for is really important.
Yeah, and that's why the need for a travel advisor from KHM for that very reason is that a lot of guests that have never been to Walt Disney World Resort, or maybe their memory of the Walt Disney World Resort perhaps was a visit to one of our theme parks, they are not aware of the extensive amount of recreation and activities. This is a destination without a doubt, and one here in beautiful Central Florida. And so I think it helps advisors, especially that are new to Walt Disney World Resort, to really take some time out to learn more. There are so many resources that are available. It's not an overnight destination in terms of knowledge. It's constantly evolving and changing and quite large. And so, yes, more clients need your assistance in helping them realize their vacation dreams go beyond just the wonderful theme parks.
Well, and it's so fun to learn too. So what are some of our best resources out there in order to make sure that we're educating ourselves?
Well, there's a lot of non-Disney official resources out there, which I'm sure a lot of you rely on. It's great because it provides testimony from guests, and of course, you can go into your local library or local bookstore, and there's publishers of published books on the Walt Disney World Resort. But as far as official news from Disney, certainly our consumer site's important to know. That's where your clients are looking. DisneyWorld.com has a lot of helpful information. DisneyTravelAgents.com, of course, the agent portals where you can book our Walt Disney World packages, room only, and even special event tickets and so forth on the portal. But within the agent site itself, you have a lot more details about what's included in packages and important terms and conditions, but also the latest news to keep you abreast of what's happening, as well as, of course, our featured offers. Disney Parks Blog is another really good resource to follow. It is a blog fan site, But again, it provides great news, not just on Walt Disney World Resort, but our entire travel portfolio. Those would be really great places to start. And then the fourth one would be right here at KHM. There's so many advisors, as many have provided their own testimony with their experience over the last few days. But you have a strong community of other advisors that started somewhere, and I know that are very generous with their knowledge in terms of helping you kind of get you started. And we have to rely on our peers sometimes to help. So you've got quite a number of resources right there.
Yes. And I just lost my train of thought because I'm watching all these happy people walk by. So we have, tell us about Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh, well, Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind. More to come. We did announce opening summer of this year, 2022, right here at Epcot. So stay tuned for more information. And of course, in Disney style, the teasers that come along to get your clients very, very excited. So we have shared some stories. You can go on Disney Parks blog. And just remember to use the search box. I tell advisors all the time, because you can spend a lot of time perusing a website, but your search box is really one of your best resources. Just type in those keywords, Guardian of the Galaxy, and you'll see some of the latest stories that have popped up. But it'll be the first time we'll have a roller coaster that's sort of that reverse launch and one of the longest indoor roller coasters. So we're really, really excited to have the addition at Epcot.
Eva, we did not touch on a whole lot in the last 2 days about Galactic Star Cruiser. Am I saying it right?
You are?
And that's okay. Where is the best place to learn more about that?
Yeah. So again, those all three resources that I mentioned, but if you go on DisneyWorld.com and you type in the search box Star Wars Galactic Star Cruiser, there's actually a dedicated page for this incredible cruise experience. You definitely want to take some time to read through it. There is an FAQ section with a lot of details. This is not an experience that you can book online. You do need to call, and it's important that you gather as much information as possible from your clients before you give our res office a call. There's high demand right now, so maybe longer hold times than normal for this experience. But that, I would definitely type in Star Wars Galactic Star Cruiser on the Disney World site, and that dedicated page giving you example itineraries, example of some of the wonderful culinary surprises, and just this entire immersive experience. And of course, the same on DisneyTravelAgents.com. Type in the same keyword, Star Wars Galactic Star Cruiser. You'll see all the stories and cadence from the first time we announced it, leading up to its opening. There's some resources there, like a booking form you can use as a talking point with your clients. And we also added a webcast that's actually archived on the College of Disney Knowledge that's there for you as well. So lots of resources.
So many resources.
Oh my
And I
goodness.
have to go back and look. We should also say that right now Flower and Garden is going on, and it is so beautiful. The topiaries in Epcot are incredible. It really is fun, and is a great way to get your adult clients here. And of course, there's kids as well. But if you've got adults that love flowers, this is the place to send them right now. And finally, before I let you go, we are heading into Earth Month. And what can we expect if we send clients here during that time?
Well, certainly Animal Kingdom theme park would certainly be a place that you'll want to recommend to your client. Make sure, of course, park reservations are still required across the board for all of our parks. But Disney and Walt Disney have always been strong advocates of conservation. There is so much that through the Disney Conservation Fund, and you could read more about that. But it is a wonderful time for us to connect with nature and wildlife. And there's no better place than one of our biggest, actually our biggest theme park here at the Walt Disney World Resort, and to celebrate it here at Animal Kingdom.
Well, and we are staying at Animal Kingdom Lodge, and I've never stayed there before. And I have to tell you, yesterday when I got back to the hotel, I was sitting on the bed and I was kind of working on my computer, and I realized that I was working with the curtains closed. And I was like, why am I doing that? Like, open it up. It's bright, it's sunny. And I opened up the curtains, and I literally had 3 giraffes, like something else that I don't know what it was, zebras out there. It was crazy. I had to FaceTime everyone I know to show them, which was really hard with the camera, but it was so fun. I was like bringing a tear to my eye because really it was truly magnificent and beautiful. And I was like, I could have sat out there all evening, but really just breathtaking. And I had visited that property before, but never been able to stay. And it knocked it out of the park for me.
Yeah, for so many of your clients that have always dreamed of visiting the continent of Africa, of course, we would highly recommend that they do so.
With Adventures by Disney.
But have a chance to explore its people and culture and art and music and food and history and folklore. The Disney's Animal Kingdom Lodge is such a special resort, and it really does help evoke those feelings. And while you can't be there on the continent, Disney has done a phenomenal job bringing those stories to life on the continent of Africa. I mean, every detail, right, through the lobby when you first walk in, so impressive. To the artwork, it feels like a museum alone throughout the entire resort. Of course, also our cast as well, and all the great storytellings. But it is definitely a wonderful experience. So,
and the South African wine is
there you go.
Too.
Great dining and
great
cool.
dining. Great dining.
And if you have not had a chance to see it or send a client there, it's really quite a lovely resort.
Wonderful. We got an umbrella change here. Joy's losing feeling in her arm. So Eva, thank you so much for your kindness. We love your partnership here, and it's just such a blast to be able to do this with you.
Thanks everyone. Great to see you again.
Yeah. So our last segment for today, because we don't want to lose battery. It's amazing to me how much when we're out and about and I don't have a power source, how much go-to sucks the life out of my battery. But we have Amy Garner and Heather Bennet coming to us live from their homes because these two ladies know Disney like nobody's business, and they know the best places and the best treats to eat while here. And I've actually been here with Heather before during the Christmas party, and she knows where every single snack is in every little corner of Disney World. But I want to tell you, I want to ask you guys, what are your favorites that you can find in the parks that really just like are special, unique, invoke memories, invoke, emotions from you? Because that's really what these trips are really a lot about. So Amy, let's start with you.
Absolutely. I mean, I think when you talk about like emotions, you have to go with the nostalgic snacks, like, the Mickey ice cream bars that you guys were talking about earlier, and
I just had one
Mickey
today.
pretzels, all those kinds of things, and even just the popcorn. I don't know what it is about Disney popcorn, but there is something magical about it. And I always tell people, get the souvenir bucket. It's something fun to bring home with you, but also a great savings while you're there. Have great snacks.
And they roll, they move, they light up, they do all kinds of things. So what's better than the souvenir bucket that's doing light up things around your neck?
Well, and they also differ from park to park. So it's kind of fun. So you're almost like, should I buy it here? Should I buy it there? Because what are they going to have if I move over to this park? But we did that as a family on our last visit, and we bought it at the first park we were at so that we had it the whole week. But you're right. It's one of those keepsakes that you can keep the memories alive even though you're at home.
Exactly.
What's another snack that you just always have to go like seek and find?
Dole Whips, personally. I think everybody probably feels that way, but especially right now, it's great because you can find them at all of the parks, except Hollywood Studios. But I love getting the Dole Whip in Animal Kingdom with a little bit of dark rum. That is my favorite little grown-up treat for myself. And I'm super excited about the Swirls on the Water that's opening at Disney Springs. And so there they'll have Dole Whips at Disney Springs also, which is great for those like resort days where you're going to be at the pool. And I cannot wait to try their lime and habanero nachos. It's going to be like waffle cone chips with a lime and habanero, like tagine spice on it. I feel like that's going to be like my new favorite treat.
That sounds delicious.
The countdown for May continues.
Okay. How do we feel about the Mickey pretzel?
Listen, I love a Mickey pretzel, but my favorite are the jalapeno pretzels with the pepper jack cheese. Listen, those are delicious. If you go over there to Boardwalk, outside of Boardwalk Inn, there's what is it? Joe's Marvelous Margarita Stand is what it's called. And they have those pretzels, and you can get a fantastic margarita and just sit out on the boardwalk. Will definitely make your evening coming back from that.
That's the thing. I feel bad eating anything that's shaped like Mickey. Like I just want to like preserve it. I do. Although the waffle I don't seem to have a problem with. The other morning I had a great Simba shaped waffle, which was really, really fun. And I did that and that was delicious. That was at Boma for breakfast, which was just delicious. What other snacks? Oh, have you seen the 50th anniversary? Do you call them treats? I've seen cheesecake. I've seen a cupcake. They're works of art.
So many 50th anniversary treats. You know, I like the new things that come around. I like to try them. But for me, like I love a staple. I love a good Disney staple, as Amy was saying. But every time we visit Magic Kingdom, it's like our first place that we go to is the spring roll cart outside of Adventureland. If we visit and we don't have a cheeseburger spring roll, you know, it's like the world's over. We love a good cheeseburger spring roll. They're fantastic.
So let me ask you this. How did, like, do you just go and like every single time you try what's new? I like, because when I'm here, food is not the driver for me. I'm an attractions person. Like I am like, seriously, you guys need to stop for water. Like, let's move here.
No.
But for a lot of people,
Food is
it's
for
food.
me. Yeah, food, that's my thing. I am not the big rider of the family. I will ride. My daughter and my husband are the ones that will ride, you know, Rockin' and Tower and all of those things. My son's about in the middle, but he's my food partner. And so while they're off doing their thing, I'm like, that looks delicious. I'm gonna try that. So food is my driver in all four of the parks, especially at Epcot. If it's a festival, I can be there all day.
Amy,
Definitely.
what are some of them? Yeah, go ahead.
I think the fun thing about all the different snacks is that it's something, especially for people who go as often as Heather and I, there's always something new to experience, you know? So it's fun to switch up and see what crazy concoction they come up with next, because they brief it.
Yeah,
Yes, exactly.
Well, and when there's something new to a character or, you know, to an area within the parks, I always think it's fun to try something new. But you know what you don't see a whole lot of these days is cotton candy. I don't see that a whole lot around here.
You're right. You don't.
Which I'm okay with. To me, it's not the snack.
Yeah.
I've seen some beautiful 50th anniversary macaroons too, which are really fun.
Yes.
So switching gears just a little bit, favorite restaurant?
Oh, that's hard. You know, honestly, I have always loved Mexico. The restaurant in Mexico where you can go in and you can watch the boat ride through there. They have a homemade tortilla soup that's authentic to the Spanish culture that will absolutely knock your socks off. And it's fantastic. And because it's so consistent, it's always been my favorite. So my kids are also older, so we don't do a lot of character meals anymore. But if we're talking character meals, it's always going to be Chef Mickey's, because I feel like Amy said, you look at those Disney staples, and Chef Mickey's is definitely a Disney staple. So
yeah. It's that it evokes the emotion, right? You went when they were younger, now you go when they're older. Amy, what about for you?
I think probably it's so tough to pick, but Tiffin's at Animal Kingdom, the service there is phenomenal, and the menu is like a great hybrid of kind of funky things to try, things you haven't had before with familiar favorites. So, you know, if you want to get grilled octopus, but your kids can just have shredded beef tacos, you know, so it's a good mix. But I love their surf and turf. The scallops there are huge. And it's one of my favorite, like, treat yourself dinners after a long day. That with my Hightower Rocks watermelon and tequila cocktail, it's the best. It's my favorite.
I'm gonna have to write that down.
What would you say? What is the best resource you've found for learning more about the food and the dining and what's going to work for your family or some of your clients' families?
I think that one of the best resources is on the Disney Parks blog. They put out a Best Bites article. And so you can see what's new, what's really popular at all the parks. And since they do it seasonally, you'll be able to see what's there now. So you don't get your heart set on something that you see from a blog from 2 years ago. And so I love looking at that before we take a trip, for sure.
I was actually going to say the same thing. The Disney Bots blog is fantastic. We use it a lot. I love to download it's a book anytime there's a festival, just so I know ahead of time what I'm going to try and what I'm not going to try. You know, I've got my little check marks and I've done all of my homework. It's also great, you know, the more you try, the better I feel like you can kind of push your clients in that way, you know, when you can say, listen, if you're in this park and you're looking for a little snack, these are some great things for you to try. So I'm a foodie at heart, always have been. So I just feel like food just brings people together. I feel like it's a great, you know, way to help your clients also enjoy the park, sit down, have a memorable snack, because they're going to remember those little things.
Right. It sounds like you both sort of approach your visits with both the let's have fun as a family, and then you also have your TA hat on, where you're taking, you know, scrupulous notes and making sure that you're remembering new things that you're witnessing and tips and tricks for your clients, where it's almost like you're never fully, you know, not out of that realm.
Yeah, it's a fun job.
Right? It is. And homework for this job can be a lot of fun, but you know, I find myself here like trying to pick up on things like what do I need to know to tell clients versus what do I need to do with my family?
Exactly.
So, and they can sometimes be the same, but they can also be different.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, you guys, I appreciate your time today. I'm going to go. It's so funny. I feel like I need to go get a cheeseburger spring roll now.
Oh, you do. You need to. For sure.
Right? I mean, I thought I was giving myself a treat by having a Mickey bar.
No,
that's kind of the extent of what I do. But
make sure you get the sauce that comes with it too. So,
or the jalapeno cheese pretzel. That sounds delicious.
Yeah.
But you guys, thank you so much. We appreciate you guys and your knowledge and how much you're willing to share it with people within our Facebook group. So thank you so much. And I can't wait to share this experience with the two of you, hopefully in the future.
Yay,
you
thanks,
can
Carolyn.
maybe do the food tour, right? We
that
invite
would be amazing. That would be it.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, you guys, we're getting busy over here. So we are going to end our show before I lose battery, but I want to make sure that we thank all of our incredible sponsors today. We just appreciate their partnership so much. As a reminder, we'll see you next week on YouTube. Can you believe it? We're moving up in the world. We're going to be live on YouTube next week. I'm also going to be in the Cleveland office. So we have some amazing guests. We have American Queen Voyages, and we have a special guest, hopefully. We're going to meet the very famous Biscuit Lady from Mississippi. So I hope you guys will join us. Again, thank you so much to Eva Garfield for joining us today. And you guys have a great week. Happy selling. And we will see you next week.